Today, I want to share with you a really simple but really powerful concept that can change the way that you EQ forever for the better. The reality is that there are four different frequency shapes that any mix can come in. It can be either too dark, too mid-rangey, too bright, or too scooped from where we want to wind up. A mix that's too dark is one that sounds a little bit muddy, murky, indistinct. And on the too dark mix, we might have to make some cuts to the low frequencies as well as the low mids to get a little bit more detail and clarity. The mix that is too mid-rangey just needs a little bit of a lift in the lows and the highs. We might need to find a place to carve out a little bit in the low mids or maybe in the center mids, and it might need a little bit of a boost in the upper mids or the high frequencies, or maybe a little bit of both. The most rare shape, but it happens sometimes, is the mix that's just too bright, lacking some bottom-end foundation. Here we want to add some substance and fullness and suppleness to the mix. As we start to mix a little bit brighter, and as we start to hype things up a little bit more, we often go a little bit too far with it. And this is where you get mixes that are in this fourth shape, the overly hyped up mix. This is a record that's missing some of its mid-range. There is a hole in the middle where the heart and soul of the record should be. Once you figure out which of these four basic shapes the mix is in, you have just solved 80 to 90% of the puzzle of EQing that track.